Have you ever wondered why so many people are packing up and moving to Port St. Lucie, Florida? Well, it's not hard to figure out why. Affordable housing, a laid-back lifestyle, and all the perks of Florida living without the insane price tag or traffic jams of Miami and West Palm Beach. Stick with me because I'm about to break down exactly why Port St. Lucie is one of the fastest growing cities in Florida and why it might just be the perfect place for you to call home. One of the biggest reasons why people are moving to Port St. Lucie is the affordability. Florida has gotten more expensive over the last few years, but Port St. Lucie remains relatively affordable, especially when you compare it to other coastal cities. The median home price in Port St. Lucie right now is around $450,000. In Miami, the median home price is over $535,000, and in Fort Lauderdale, it's even higher, over $600,000. And West Palm Beach isn't far behind. That's a massive difference, especially when you consider that Port St. Lucie, you're getting a lot more house for your money. In Miami, $450,000 might get you a small 2-bedroom, 1,000 square foot home, maybe. In Port St. Lucie, that same amount could buy you a newer single-family home with 3 or 4 bedrooms, over 1,800 square feet and a 2-car garage, and you'll even have a backyard. And it's not just home prices. Rent in Port St. Lucie averages around $2,090 per month for an average apartment, while in Miami, you're easily looking over $2,800 a month for something similar. That difference adds up quickly, especially for families or retirees on fixed incomes. It's not just the affordability of existing homes. The new construction market here in Port St. Lucie is booming. Developers are building all over the city, offering buyers a lot of options for modern, energy-efficient homes. One of the biggest developments is Tradition, and that is an 8,300 master plan community on the western edge of Port St. Lucie. Tradition already has about 10,000 residents, and it's still growing. There are walking trails, restaurants, shops, and even a community trolley. It's basically a city within a city. In fact, for this video, this is going to be Tradition Square right behind me, so you'll see all kinds of activities from people getting lunch at one of the restaurants, shopping, having fun with the family, bicycling, and overall enjoying this beautiful day here in Port St. Lucie. Developers like DR Horton, Lennar, Mattamy Homes are offering new constructions in Tradition, and that is West Port St. Lucie, where they're building that master plan community. And they're building the homes for a fraction of the price that you would see in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, or West Palm Beach. Plus, Port St. Lucie has plenty of available land, which means more space to build and lower land cost, something that is nearly impossible to find in Miami or Fort Lauderdale these days. And the other huge advantage to buying new construction here in Port St. Lucie is the insurance. If you have been paying attention to the Florida insurance market, you know just how much of a mess it has been lately. Premiums for older homes with aging roofs and outdated electrical and plumbing systems have skyrocketed. But new construction homes are built to the latest building codes. They have brand new roofs, brand new HVAC systems, updated hurricane protection as well. So insurance companies see that as a less risky option to cover you, which translates to much lower premiums compared to older resale homes. That's a massive financial advantage that makes buying new construction here in Port St. Lucie much more attractive. New homes in Port St. Lucie give you not only the peace of mind knowing that everything is under warranty, but also the practical financial benefit of that lower insurance cost. And in Florida, that's no small thing. Another major reason why people are choosing Port St. Lucie is the lifestyle. Traffic in Miami is a nightmare. Everyone knows that. And sitting in gridlock for an hour just to go 10 miles is part of the lifestyle there. Fort Lauderdale and West Palm Beach are not much better. But in Port St. Lucie, the average commute is just about 28 minutes, and that's even if you need to commute. Crosstown Parkway, which opened in 2019, has drastically improved traffic flow across the city. Most people here find that they can get anywhere they need to go quickly and without much stress. And here's the other thing, a lot of people don't need to commute anymore in Port St. Lucie. Port St. Lucie's job market has grown to the point where more and more people are able to now work locally. For example, Amazon has a large distribution center here now, FedEx has a major hub here, and Costco is building a brand new massive center in Tradition, and that will bring over 500 new jobs here. Healthcare and manufacturing jobs have also increased with companies like Oculus Surgical and the Cheney brothers setting up operations in PSL. What that means is fewer people are driving to West Palm Beach or Miami for work, and more people are able to live and work here in Port St. Lucie, which is a huge quality of life improvement. Safety and community are also major draws for people moving here to Port St. Lucie. The city consistently ranks among the safest metro areas in Florida. Property crime rates and violent crime rates are well below the state and national averages, and it's the kind of place where neighbors know each other, kids play outside, and people feel comfortable walking their dog at night. That sense of security is something that you don't get sometimes in those larger cities. Port St. Lucie also heavily invests in public spaces like this one behind me, Tradition Square. The parks here are clean and well maintained, the streets are well lit, and playgrounds and recreational facilities are being built here all the time. Port St. Lucie's school districts have also improved significantly in the recent years. The St. Lucie County School District offers a variety of magnet and specialty programs, and there are also several highly rated charter and private schools in the area. Families who move here appreciate the educational choices and the overall quality of life that Port St. Lucie provides. Healthcare is also top-notch here in Port St. Lucie. Cleveland Clinic here in Tradition and the HCA St. Lucie Medical Center offer world-class medical care. Between hospitals, clinics, specialists, residents here really don't need to leave the city for high-quality healthcare. Port St. Lucie isn't right on the coast, but it's only a 20 to 30-minute drive to some of the most beautiful beaches here on the Treasure Coast. Hutchinson Island, Jensen Beach, and the Fort Pierce Inlet State Park all offer soft sand, warm water, and fewer crowds than you'll find there in South Florida. The St. Lucie River runs through the city, providing plenty of opportunities for boating, kayaking, and fishing. There's also PGA Village, a 54-hole championship golf complex that attracts golfers from all over the world. The sense of community here in Port St. Lucie is also a big part of the appeal. The city hosts festivals, farmers markets, and concerts year-round. Tradition Square is the heart of the community with events like Food Truck Friday, holiday parades, and craft fairs. The city is investing in itself as well, building more parks, expanding the Riverwalk along the St. Lucie River, and improving infrastructure to keep up with this big population boom. So to answer the question why so many people are moving here to Port St. Lucie, well, because it's affordable, it's growing, it is something new, it offers a relaxed, family-friendly lifestyle that is getting harder to find here in Florida, especially a lifestyle that is affordable. Okay, so I just had the sweetest lady bump into me while I'm recording here in Port St. Lucie, and she was telling me everything about why she moved here to Port St. Lucie. So let's see what she had to say. And so what's the biggest reason why you like living here, or where are you from? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, we came up from Palm Beach County. The best thing about this is everything is right here. I want to go shopping. I not only have this Publix, I have the Publix in Verano. We have Aldi's. We have a hospital right here. Everything is right here. It's so convenient. Everything is so convenient to us.
Because you live right here in Tradition.
Because it's right here in Tradition. It was very well planned, as far as going to the grocery store, going out to eat, going out from and a medical. Everything is right here. If you don't have a car to the hospital here, they have golf carts pick you up.
No way.
Oh yeah. Like if my spouse goes into the hospital, I want to drive, I could have them there and pick me up in the golf cart. Do you see kids?
Yeah, a bunch of kids.
You come here, you don't. Oh, we lived in Delray, and it was one senior development after another. And after a while, I told my husband, we cannot go out to eat here.
Right.
He said, why? I said, because I feel like I'm in a nursing home. All I see is oxygen tanks and walkers. And I feel like I'm waiting. I said, we either go to Boca or we go to Boynton Beach. I'm not staying here. Here, you go out to eat, you see kids. You see school buses. You see young people like you. Everybody, I walk around the big lake right outside our community, Vitalia. I walk around that every morning. Everybody says hello to one another. Don't matter.
Neighborly.
No community. Doesn't matter what community. Doesn't matter whether you're old or young. Everybody says hello. There are 3 guys that walk. I call them the 3 amigos. They're young guys.
Yeah.
We all know one another. We all be around, You don't find that in other places.
And how would you say the change, have you seen a lot of change in Port St. Lucie? I know it's kind of boom.
Yes, we have seen changes. And yes, there's a lot of mixed people. A lot of people from Miami who have families who have moved up. And here again, family oriented. That's what we like. Nobody's here I mean, there was a time when they had groups that could come in here to protest certain things. That was smashed right away.
Nice.
I mean, so no, none of the stores,
We're damaged or anything.
nothing was threatened. We felt safe. We didn't have to worry about, It's great that, see, we have most of the people that use that water fountain, okay, the kids, they don't live in the communities, but they're here, they're respectful. That's the thing. Everybody is respectful of everybody else. That's what we are.
Wow.
And that's what's nice about it. Nobody says you can't do this. Everybody respects one another.
Wow. So with that being said, if you're considering a move here to Port St. Lucie or Florida's East Coast, or just want to learn more about this area, feel free to reach out to me. I'm a local realtor and I'd love to help you find that perfect home here. Call, text, email, whatever you're most comfortable with. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. With that being said, guys, I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.